Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Okay, Guruji. There are no questions. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ila Mataji. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Guruji, for a wonderful class. I have got some different understanding of today's verse.
Yes.
The soul is also having no, it is also unconceivable. It is not having any kind of a vikar.
Yes.
And it is just like, as you have already said, it is having all the qualities as that of Krishna. And it is also pervading the whole body.
Yes.
And the God, Paramatma Krishna, is also pervading the whole body inside.
Yes. Yes.
So we can understand it just like in the gross body is like a flask of glass, a glass container in which the air is there, and air is having, say, many gases, CO2 and oxygen mostly, predominantly. So the way air is there in a glass container.
Nitrogen and oxygen.
So nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and CO2. So like that, in every part of this body, we are having Atma and Paramatma. And yet they are different. They are not mixing with each other. So this is the right understanding, Guruji?
Yes, that is correct.
And then we have got a Suksham Sharir also inside, which is Man, Buddhi and Ahankar.
Yes.
And that Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, if we surrender it to Krishna, then the qualities of this Atma will start improving, and that we will gradually start becoming, means getting over rid of all the contamination that we are having, and our qualities will be just like that of Paramatma.
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much, Guruji. It's a very nice understanding. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, mercy, we are getting the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Girish Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, now in which slok, because Krishna has said that my devotee will come to me, but in which slok it is given that he will come to Golok? And
That's what come to me means it's a go to Goloka. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And then when he is all in our body with our Atma, so why there is so much suffering and not peace? Because when he is dwelling in our body, so we should
But
also
the suffering is coming because of this body. The suffering is because of this body. Birth, old age, disease and death, everything. We are suffering because we are having the body. If we don't have the body, we don't have to suffer.
But we should have also knowledge because we are unknowledgeable persons and we don't know what is right or what is wrong. When he is pervading in us, so we should be aware of all this knowledge and everything. That should be means within our Atma and within our mind, that what to do, what not to do.
That's why we should have faith on this Bhagavad Gita and get this knowledge. If we have this knowledge, then we know it. If we don't have this knowledge, we are ignorant. That's why Krishna is saying that Ajnanena avritam jnanam tena mukyanti jantavaga. So because of ignorance, our knowledge is covered by ignorance. That's why we are bewildered. So if we have the knowledge, then we understand all these things.
And now, whatever I study Gita in this Janam, so in my next birth also it will go with me, that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Will vanish.
Absolutely. Whatever progress you make in Krishna consciousness, all your spiritual progress is going to stay with us in our next life. No doubt. Krishna is already teaching very clearly. Tatra tam buddhi samyogam labate paurva dehikam. So whatever in the paurva dehikam, in the previous body, whatever buddhi, whatever intelligence, whatever some buddhi, some yogam, whatever spiritual knowledge, progress you made, it is going to, we are going to get it. Labate. Labate means we'll get it. Get it in the next body. Yes, Prabhu, no doubt.
But in my previous birth,
What, Prabhu? What did you say?
I am not, I don't remember this. In my previous birth also, I would have studied Bhagavad Gita.
Yes,
but
that's why
I
we are
don't have
here.
knowledge about verses. Okay.
That's why we are here, because it is not happening just in this life. We were devotees in our previous life also. That's why we are here now. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So how to become more devoted to him means what we should do to be more devoted to him and
Studying
be
our
more near
Bhagavad
to him.
Gita every day, daily studying this Bhagavad Gita without missing this. So for some days, if you are not able to join in person, then you can follow through the YouTube, but we should not be missing it. And then preparing prasadam, offering prasadam to Krishna, because every time we eat, we have to prepare it for Krishna and offer to Krishna and then eat. That's what is very important. And then like spreading this Bhagavad Gita message. So it's a very important service. So that's what we should do, spreading this message, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So all these things, if we do it, we will make progress, no doubt. Yes, we have to make our life very simple and easy so that we can do all these things. We should not complicate our life. Yes,
but how we should cut desires?
Can you ask?
You were breaking. They disturb us.
What did you say, Prabhu? Can you repeat?
Means our desires, how we should curtail them, because these desires are painful and they divert your to the other.
That's why if you have this knowledge, if you have this full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then you will know Krishna very well. We will know very well. So then automatically we will develop the desire to please Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So because we will be experience the higher taste, this Bhagavad Gita is the higher taste. So then all other material desires, they are all inferior. So they will automatically go away. We will not have time to think about that at all. So when we are very busy engaged in Krishna's service, so then all other desires will automatically vanish. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you for very, very important questions, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. You are in Delhi, correct, Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Actually, now I'm on my way to office.
Oh, you are on your way to office.
Yeah. Yes.
Group in Delhi. So maybe later I will get your number. You are on your way, so I don't want to disturb.
Okay.
Then I will.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna. Munmun Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Munmun.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Munmun Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for this wonderful class, Guruji. So, away from my system, so I just a little bit late for me to unmute myself.
Yes, no problem.
So much, Guruji. I don't have any question for this. What you're explaining, that is very much understandable. So I don't want to ask any questions.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Guruji, thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Suresh Kumar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. Today I was in a medical meeting, so I've just joined.
No
So I'll listen to his lecture.
Yes,
and
recording you can.
thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Oh.
Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Wonderful listening from you, Guruji, regarding Atma, soul.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday we were studying from you, learning from you, the nature Nanam Chindanti. Today, again, we have gone through that sloka in the beginning. And today's sloka is also Achintya and all that. And a beautiful explanation for this soul. And always we have to endeavor for Lord Krishna, remembering him to get rid of the miseries of this whole world. Thank you, Guruji, for a nice class, nice learning from you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vishal Salunke Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Shashi Kopat Mataji, Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
We get, at least me, I get a very ecstatic when I keep hearing about the soul, because we are the soul. So Guruji, you said that before any activity or during any activity, we must remember that we are the soul. So when we do that, what should be the feeling that I am a soul, I'm a part of Krishna, and I'm doing this activity for Krishna? Is that the underlying feeling that one should have?
That feeling should have, Mataji. That motivation to do that activity itself should be for that reason only. Because you want to please Krishna, that's why you are motivated to do that activity. There should not be any other motivation other than pleasing Krishna, serving Krishna.
Okay. So that is the reason why we must remember before every activity.
That is correct. That motivation itself. When you want to do an activity, any activity when we do, any action we do, definitely there is motivation is needed. Otherwise, how will we do it? If some reason, yes. Motivation. That motivation should be because we want to do it for Krishna. That is the motivation. Not because we want to achieve those results. Not because we are attached to the results. That means there is a very passionate. We are under the mode of Rajoguna. But we should be motivated to do it for Krishna. Like Arjuna was motivated to fight for Krishna. So like that, if we do it, then we can claim that we are doing it for Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. And also one more thing, that Krishna is the enjoyer of everything that is happening. But when we do it for Krishna, we also should be happy doing it.
That is
at that point. Yes.
Of course, yes, Mother. There is no doubt. No doubt. We are doing it.
Yeah.
We want to please Krishna. So we are very happy. Happily we should do. There is no disturbance, nothing, no worries, no concerns. Knowing very well that everything is under Krishna's control. So we just have to do it.
So at that point of time during the activity, Krishna is upmost in the mind, and the activity that we are doing makes us happy because we are trying to please Krishna. So the enjoyer and the enjoyment that we get are both mutual.
That is correct. That's exactly correct. We have to enjoy with Krishna, then there is a real enjoyment. If you want to be away from Krishna, if you want to enjoy ourselves, then we are going to experience distress only, not enjoyment.
Yes, Guruji. So very clear thinking, and with practice, I think it will become like a second habit. And I'm sure we are on the right path with you, and you are really hand-holding us to remember this very prominently. Thank you so much, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Shashikopan Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much for today's class as well. And very insightful and meaningful discussion that happened around the soul by Ravindra Goyal Prabhuji and Vrinda Mataji. It's very, very clear, and getting more to know about the soul and how we need to only surrender to Krishna, and whatever we do is just for Krishna. So understanding of that is more than enough, and this will help us in getting detached from the material nature.
Yes.
So thank you so much once again, Guruji, for your class. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dipesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. I don't have any question. My throat is getting a little better, so but I've listened to the class. I have no questions. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Already, that's very nice to know. Yeah, even such
Okay.
Ask about your health. Very nice, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you for the wonderful theoretical class, Guruji. We have to do our practicals. That's all. Krishna,
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna should guide us to do all the practical work.
We will get a lot of assignments. Krishna is going to assign. Studies you do, there will be assignments, correct? So we are going to get a lot of.
Yeah, he's giving a lot of worksheets, assignments, everything, project, everything is giving.
Everything.
We should concentrate on all those things. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare.
Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, wonderful class, Prabhuji. So we are learning that Tasmad evam vidit tu enam nanu shochitum arhasi. So, which means that therefore, by knowing this means the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we don't have to lament at all. We don't have to worry about anything, because our soul, it neither changes, doesn't have any feelings. It's always going to be like that only. It's ever be like that. So then why to lament for anything that is happening around us? So this is a very powerful thing. So we need to adapt, understand this, and try to practice it in the sense that we should not be affected by anything that is happening around, whether it is small thing or even very big thing. So that is what I'm understanding. Is that correct, Prabhuji?
Exactly. That's what we should be all the time with this understanding. That's going to happen. It's going to eventually happen. This life or next life. We are progressing there. It's a part of, yes, Prabhu. Krishna will make that happen.
Yes, Prabhuji. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you. No questions, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone.
Palaniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. See, one important thing which I am not able to understand, that the soul, which is actually inconceivable and so many, it is not possible to dry it, it is not possible to, it's always everlasting, immovable, not changeable, so many things. That means it is more or less no feeling. Whatever five senses we have, that senses only body is realizing that pain and happiness and all that thing.
No.
Whereas soul,
suffering, the soul is experiencing the happiness or distress. That is for sure soul is experiencing. So through the body, that's what we need to understand. Because it is, even though the soul is spiritual, it's unchangeable, all such things, whatever you said right now, everything is true. But Krishna is very clearly saying that Purushaga Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Uchyate. So Bhoktrutve means that experiencing, enjoying, experiencing Sukha and Dukkha. So that happiness and distress is experienced by the soul only. That's what we need to understand. Because when we are stuck in this body, so how you can quantify that happiness or distress? That can be quantified through the status of our mind. When our mind is peaceful, we are happy. When our mind is disturbed, we are distressed. We are sad. That's it. It's completely depending upon our mind. So that's why Dukkeshu Anudvigna Manaha Sukeshu Vigatasprigaga Vitaraga Bayakrora Sitadir Murichit. When there is dukkha, distress, we should not be disturbed in mind. When there is happiness, we should not be elated too much. So that's what we should be doing. So that means we should be free from attachment, fear, and anger. So if we are free from all attachments in this material world, so then we will be able to be equal in both success and failure. So at that time, the soul can come out of this material world.
So that means we have to live like a baby, more or less.
Exactly. We should not have, you said it correct, like a newborn baby, no desires, nothing. Yes.
Even up to 2 years, 3 years, they fight, they join, and they always enjoy only.
That is correct.
So that is a very tough job. Anyway.
Yes. When we are engaged in Krishna's service, then it is possible. That's why we need to engage in Krishna's service.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful class as usual. And thanks to the devotees like Vrinda Mataji, Ravindra Goyalji, Ravin Prabhu, and all of them for putting the whole thing in perspective and for reiterating what they have understood so that we can understand better. And also for to Girish Prabhuji for asking those questions.
Yes, very nice.
I think we benefit immensely, which is why when we start the class, I realize that we don't want to leave it till the end of the class because we want to understand the different perspectives and different questions and the answers that you give and how you confirm explanations as understood by others, by all other devotees. So I think that is a great benefit that we get out of this class. So that our theoretical knowledge of what we are understanding, it becomes clearer by the day.
Yes.
And and I think it makes it easier for us to, as we get more clarity, we are able to implement it in a better way.
Yes.
This is what I realized. For example, over a period of time, when you say, see Krishna in everyone, in every part of the creation, then to understand it and to translate it into our everyday life, we're able to do it better because of this. And so this is something that I don't think that we would ever like to miss, Guruji. And this is something that we want to be in constant touch with because like everybody says, there are different names that we give to it, whether it is, a booster or a vaccination or a vitamin or whatever we want to call it. But this has become, slowly, I realize from all that, it is becoming oxygen.
That's correct. For the soul to survive.
Yeah, this is becoming oxygen for our survival now, more than booster, more than vaccine, more than, vitamin. It's becoming oxygen because that is becoming the very fundamental.
This is what will take us to the level of all the time remembering Krishna, correct? So that's
actually, yes, Guruji, yes, yeah. So I think that is, it's slowly overpowering us in that sense that it is becoming the most important thing in our everyday routine. It is becoming the most important thing. And I realize that it's not far off when that will be the be all and end all of our existence. And that is what I'm aiming for.
It's going to happen, yes. That's
Guruji. And that is our ultimate goal. So thank you so much, Guruji, for enabling us, for empowering us, for being on this path. Thank you so much. Extremely indebted to you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Suresh Tavi Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very, very nice session Guruji today. Especially I like this takeaway for me was the action, law of action.
Yeah.
When we do something with the intention or we do with this Maya force, so you will have definitely a reaction to that.
Yes.
When you remember Krishna, so there is no thinking on that. So when you are doing it for Krishna, so there is no action, reaction again coming back.
Yes.
That was very well taken, Guruji. Very well.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Today's class is something very strong, Guruji.
Yes.
Very strong, very strong. Even though it appears to be simple, it's difficult, Guruji. It appears simple, but it's very difficult. But it's a long way journey, Guruji. Because anyhow, you are keeping us on track for every day.
Yes,
but when I see people like Shashireka Mataji and all who are little bit advanced, I feel when I'll reach that level, at least when I'll reach that level, like that, I'll be thinking, Guruji, the intellectual understanding will not help, Guruji. Simply just fall like a child. It is simple, but it's very difficult. One people like a baby, it's not that easy, Guruji. That's what I felt, but it's not difficult also.
Yes.
In your guidance and your daily dose of Krishna consciousness, it is not difficult also. But we have to be in that path, continuously thinking, not thinking. Thinking is the problem, Guruji. Thinking is a problem, especially for me, I can say. Simply following like a baby. Simply following, not only following, surrendering, actually. Not, I don't know, Guruji, how to understand it. But still, thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. With your guidance and everyday dose, I think definitely I'll go to Goloka, Guruji. Somehow I feel, but it's not so easy. But I have to do a lot of things, Guruji. I need your blessings and Krishna's mercy. Thank you for everyday class, Guruji. Otherwise, it is very difficult, Guruji. It's very difficult. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Adiravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
And, no any doubts, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Vishal Shalanke Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
How are you, Guruji?
By Krishna's causeless mercy, I am doing fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. How are you?
Thank you. I am also fine. Just doing the daily household work.
Yes.
And, after many days, I am joined the Zoom meeting.
Yes, Prabhu.
See the lectures on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, Prabhu. Following, yes, Prabhu.
As it is, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever I get time, and it's very nice.
Yes, yes, mercy. We are able to study Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Kina Mataji, Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sagar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sagar Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Ram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Guruji, I'm in another call, Guruji. I couldn't follow, Guruji. I even missed the chanting today. I will listen through YouTube, Guruji. The rest is well, Guruji. As I mentioned to you yesterday, Lord Krishna makes the plans. Though I'm struggling to meet the numbers and all, and he has other plans, Guruji. Probably there's a chance I can extend it for another month. And I had a detailed discussion with my reporting manager as well. Then tomorrow I have a management meeting. So probably there is a way they can give some exemptions, Guruji. Otherwise, we were struggling to meet the numbers for this quarter. Struggle is there, but Lord Krishna has plans, Guruji. I think it all happens through your prayers, Guruji. Your prayers, your chanting, and your thought for us is sufficient, Guruji. That's what we would like to remain with you, Guruji, always. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for all your prayers and blessings, Guruji. Hare Krishna. And the whole evening yesterday, I was listening Krishna bhajans, Guruji. Very nice, Guruji. Wonderful. A very blissful experience. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Manoranjan Sagar Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. We will listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan and then again we will come back. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. We will again meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.